Neighbor, neighbor. Say neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Say neighbor, bo, bo, bo. Go and get better every day in every way. All right, very quickly, I want to welcome you all and I want to appreciate you for coming. Like Lady Gwen said, some of the events live, you don't find too many people in there. With the level of publicity we have done, you will have thought that this place will be filled up. But it's fine. I know as we go on, some people will come late. To share with us the idea of getting ahead. It's an instruction. At the same time, I find it critical that if in this season we do not start telling people about the necessity of getting ahead, before you know it, you will realize that you will join the bandwagon of people that die unnoticed. So I say to people, you are not meant to die unnoticed. What that means is that if care is not taken, you are going to come to this world, you are going to not be noticed, and before you know it, you have come and you have gone. And that is not what you have been designed for. You have been designed to get ahead. You have not been designed to leave behind, to stay behind, or to stay on the spot. There is something about you that the world needs. And so, the message that I have for everyone that I have met is to tell them that you have got to get ahead. You cannot remain on the spot. And so the idea of this conference is to bring people from different fields, entertainment, academics, politics, people that are doing well, so that they can share with us what are their experiences and then hand over to us tools that we can use to get ahead. Does anybody understand what I'm talking about? So that is why we are here. I'm not speaking for so long, even though I have a slide that I'm thinking I should quickly run about 3 things that I know can stop any man from getting ahead. 3 key things that will stop you from getting ahead. And I don't know if you can run this slide for me. I have discovered that there are 3 F9 in life. 3 Fs that can automatically make you have F9 in life. Are you there? So anybody that is going to get ahead, you must first of all have a head that can think. You must have a head that can think if you want to get ahead. You cannot live in this present world and not be a thinker. Now, there are situations you will find yourself, especially in this season we are in right now all over the world. The old things happening around us, the distractions happening around us will sway you away. But anyone that have a head that thinks, you can actually think yourself out of whatever problem. We need a generation of people that will think and bring about solution. Are we together? You need a head that will think. You need a eyes that can see. You need a eyes that talks about vision. You cannot afford to just be there without having vision. Everybody that will be great must have a vision of where they are going. And you don't wait till you get there before you start to map out where you are going. No, from now, you must create a vision of where you are going. Now, this event now, I have seen it before today. So you must have a vision if you want to get ahead. Number 3, he that wants to get ahead must have a hand that can walk. We have a generation now that people just want everything on the platter of gold. You must have a hand that can walk, a head that can think, eyes that can see, the hand that can walk. Now, these 3 Fs can produce F9 in your life. Let's run. I don't have the first F is fear. Fear. A lot of these are the things that I'm going to stop doing. The energy of change revolves around those 2 words. Start and stop. If any man will change his life or her life, the first thing he will say is that what are the things that I must start doing? What are the things I must stop doing? What are the things I must do more of? What are the things? So some of us, Netflix has robbed us. You have been robbed by Netflix. You have been robbed by some kind of friends. They may not carry gun, but they have robbed you in a way. So what is most critical is for you to tell yourself things you are going to stop doing. All right? The first F that you need to be, you need to take care out of your life, to take out of your life, is fear. Fear of what will happen. Fear of stepping out. I am here to challenge you that the reason why you are born is for you to make something happen. It's for you to get ahead. So fear will come anyway, but you can disdain your fear. Let's move. Just punch for me. All right. Just punch. So the worst liars in the world are your own fears. You have told yourself you cannot do this, you cannot do that. So when you begin to tell yourself what you cannot do, automatically your mind receive that as a command. So if you leave this place, just a way of introduction before all that, you must get rid of is fear. Fear is one of the reasons why we don't go after what we really want. The fear of rejection, failure. What will people say? Or even fear of success. You will be shocked that success on its own gives people fear. Have you not seen people driving G-Wagon and they are afraid? Inside the G-Wagon. Have you seen people like that before? Fear of success can make someone to fail on its own. All right? Now go back. Look at this one. One of the original co-founders of Apple, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs, were original Apple founders. Look at this. Wayne designed the company's original logo, the Apple that you use today. Wayne designed that logo. He wrote the original Apple manual and drew up the startup company's partnership agreement. Now look at this. The original agreement gave Wayne 10% ownership stake in Apple, a position that would have been worth $22 billion as at the year 2012. That's 10 years ago. All right? According to Mercury News, Wayne was afraid that Jobs' wild spending will make Apple flop. As a result, he sold his shares for $800 and left the company after 11 days. Fear, just fear. They were on the journey to shake the world. They were on the journey to drop iPhone in the hand of everybody. But this guy, after 11 days, chickened out because of fear. So I am challenging you. I believe so strongly that there are 2-3 people that have come to this conference who somehow you have had an inspiration, you have had a nudging, you have had an intuition about doing something. You've got to step out and do it afraid anyhow. One of the greatest discoveries you can make is to find out that you can do what you were afraid you couldn't do. That's one of the greatest discoveries that any man will find out. Listen to me. I couldn't talk when I was young. My elder sister is here. Big mommy, please take her to this side, please. Ushers, I'm that gentle guy. I don't talk. I'm that guy that nobody knows. I'm number 12 in the family. That's dozen, right? Somebody say, my dad married 5 wives. I'm number 12. We are 19 altogether. But you know what he did, Bethel? He built one mansion, 6 flats, and 19 rooms altogether. You get what I mean? So everybody have a place to play. It's a big house. You understand what that means? I'm that kind of a guy that I would not want to stand up and speak. But today, if I have to do anything, the bills you are seeing here, all the bills you are seeing here that was paid, I paid it from speaking. That is to let you understand that what I was afraid of did not kill me. I had to face it point blank. So somehow you are afraid of some things. Fear will not make you get ahead. Fear will not make you get ahead. Do it afraid anyhow. Look at this guy. Just do it. This guy didn't mind. That thing has taken him that, how it is now, that I just have to drop this thing here. So do it anyhow. Just get started. Yes, just go and do it. The second F that can stop you from getting ahead is failure. Is failure. The first one is fear. The second one is failure. Let's move. Now, you are afraid first. Now, somehow, failure set in. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. So there is someone here who somehow you have failed before, and you are telling yourself that you cannot get ahead again because you have failed. My friend, fail forward. It's not only more honorable, but also more useful than a life spent doing nothing. It's not going to cost you, you doing nothing, nobody recognizes you. Now, make an attempt. If you fail, you become recognizable. That guy that failed, at least they say that guy that failed. Okay. So there are two benefits of failure. First, you learn what doesn't work. And second, the failure gives you an opportunity to try a new approach. Look at this. This is my story. Some of you that are close to me have had this. 1998, I was leaving Loyola College. 98, I wrote WAEC for the first time. I failed. 1999, I wrote WAEC. I failed. 2000, I went to another village to write. I failed. 2001, I went to write. I failed. 2002, finally the village people left me. Now, by the fifth year, people will left Loyola together. They were already coming back from OAU. They were already going to NYSC. Nothing is more demoralizing than that. Nothing could make a man think that I can't move or I can't get ahead again. Nothing could. What is worse than that? For 5 years, you couldn't bring anything out of your life. But this is the guy that said, I will still move on. Eventually, I wrote it the fifth attempt. I passed. Went to poly, left poly. I said, I will disgrace you education. Went to university again. All right? So I'm telling you that one of the things that we see 18 years after that time that I failed I failed WAEC 5 times. This is 18 years after 1998. This is me at WAEC Yaba. I was doing training for their staff, regional staff, all together. See what I was teaching them? 7 ways to rebrand you for effectiveness. So who does that? You failed WAEC 5 times, you almost thought you are a total failure. Then you were invited to WAEC 18 years after to teach them about effectiveness. That is to tell you that getting ahead is possible. Guys, it is possible. My joy will be that there are 2 or 3 people here who will say that I came to that conference and I got ahead as a result of that. So you shouldn't, I can't see that. Only person, no, I remember. This event, with something like this, Get Ahead Conference, I told you it's been years that I've been doing it. All right? There was one we planned like that. Only one person showed up. One person showed up. But I kept on going. Next slide. I kept on going. Let me stop here because of my time. Let me stop. What is most important is for you to tell yourself that who am I? That's a question of identity. Until you know your identity, you can't dare some things, guys. The consciousness of who you are will determine what you will begin to dare. You are bigger than where you are. I can say that with the whole of my chest. You are smarter than what they say you are. What can you do is a question of ability. You must ask yourself time after time, what is it that I can do? I knew I wasn't going to do well sitting behind a counter and count money that doesn't belong to me. Apologies to bankers. One of them just walked in, Mr. Afo. But I knew that I wasn't going to do well doing that. So I asked myself, what can I do? It's a question of ability. What's my ability? Hold microphone, encourage people. Get them to move ahead. Get them to do what they think they cannot do. And I'm doing well in it. I'm doing well. As you can see. Am I not? I live for my shoe alone. And my designers are here. I see you, and I see Wizzy. Yeah. All right. So who are you is a question of identity. What can you do is a question of what? Ability. Where are you going is a question of destination. Or the word destiny. It's a question of destiny. Everybody must know where he or she is going. Now, when you know where you are going, distraction will be minimal. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know where you are going, distraction will be minimal. Driving to this place this morning, I wouldn't have faced Dubai. Why? Because I knew I was coming to this place. So distraction was minimal. A lot of us, from the beginning, you must map out where you are going. Even our God says, I know the end from the beginning. So how come You sit down, you are in the university, you are in the polytechnic, you are in the secondary school, or what have you, or you have just started that career in that bank, you should be able to tell where you want to get to in that space. I know where I want to get to in this industry, and I'm not doing bad. And I still have the picture of where I'm going. It's a question of destiny. Everybody must be able to answer that question. Who are you is a question of what? Identity. What can you do is a question of what? Ability. Where are you going is a question of what? Destiny. The third one, I stop here. Who has been there is a question of partnership. Who has been there is a question of what? Partnership. Listen, guys, no matter what you want to become, there is someone who has become that thing and is doing great already. If you want to be a great lawyer, there are great lawyers already. You want to be a great Daddy Geo, there is Daddy Geo, great Daddy Geo already. You want to be a great nurse, you want to be a great medical doctor, there are, as a wise person, is to locate such people, partner with them. Let them mentor you, let them coach you. In that way, you get to where you are going faster. Someone said this to me, I don't know whether you remember Bethel, at Speaker's Corners days. He said, Oladele Olunike, he said, if you know where you are going, your journey is short. If you know how to get there, your journey is shorter. If you know those that has been there, your journey is the shortest. Does that make sense to anybody? If you know where you are going, your journey is short. If you know how to get there, that's good enough, but your journey is shorter. If you know those that has been there, your journey is the shortest. What that simply means is that you are wise enough to know this person has been where I want to be. Please help me attend to that person. I think that's Honorable Akin Alabi. Or Shion Fakorede. So if you know who has been there, it's a question of what partnership. Locate them. Locate them. Lady Gwen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was a kiss one, where you say keep it short and simple and punch it.